welcome to the wild, wild world of the American Dirt Track Racer, where mistakes can be devastating to man and machine. High-speed competition is incredibly intense. No participation trophies. Only the best teams are fast enough to qualify for the main event. But just one driver can win. No phony baloney Hollywood make-believe, only the real deal. All video captured dead center in America's heartland. Featuring stand-out, up-and-coming drivers totally dedicated to reach the top of their chosen career. Neal, 22 years old, from Paragon, Indiana, racing in the Indiana Pro Late Models. Carson Short, 22, from Marion, Illinois, competes in sprint cars. And Josh Harris, 37, from Owensboro, Kentucky, races an open-wheel modified. Also in this series, we visit people and businesses that make up the important American cottage industry we simply call racing.
Main events, A-mains, crates, gear stocks, modifieds, Hornets, supers. And one more thing, we ain't been here for a month. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Do not go out there and try to turn our racetrack into a demolition derby. Zero tolerance. We're going to warn you once. We're going to put you in the infield twice. The third time you're going on the trailer. Don't matter what class.
He's the one that does prayer. We lost his dad probably about 2.5 hours ago. So, Lord, I want to thank all the drivers and support for the track. Lord, we want the safety for all the drivers and their family and fans. Please keep Tim Wagner's family in your thought. His father passed away today. Please let us all have a good time and get home safely. Amen. Amen.
justify and rationalize the risks involved with racing?
I just don't really think about it. I mean, I know it's there, it's possible, but I look at it as something I love to do, and it kind of outweighs the dangers of racing. And yeah, I just don't think about it.
Racing Inside Out, where we meet people and businesses that make up the important American cottage industry we simply call racing.
I'm Michael Leary, General Manager at Bloomington Speedway. Bloomington is my hometown. I've been living here more than 30 years and proud to be. This track has a lot of history. It was originally built in 1923. Back at the time when most racing was people barnstorming around the country, putting on races when they could, and this was all farmland out here. A family decided to take part of their farm. They built a half-mile racetrack on it. And then over the years, different people were the promoters. They took it over and operated. In the 1940s, it was converted from a half mile to a quarter mile. There have been a number of promoters. Recently, Dennis Richardson and Mike Miles through most of the 80s, the 90s, and Mike Miles ran it up into the 2000s. And currently the promoters are Bloomington Speedway partners, who are local businessmen who took over the lease, and they're operating the track now. Well, I'm finishing up my first year at the end of September. Prior to that, Mike Miles hired me back in the early 90s to be the public relations director for the track, and I worked with Mike for more than 20 years, doing public relations and developing a lot of our social media and things like that in the early stages. There's a lot of work involved, and actually where we work at this 12 months out of the year. When we get ready to wind down the season, we're going to be looking at doing maintenance, and we have a number of projects like painting restrooms, replacing speakers, things that need to be done. And over the winter, we will be looking at a variety of things from a financial aspect to make sure that we're doing the best we can there. We're going to be looking at different vendors to see if we need to make changes, and we're going to be looking at our staffing and preparing our staff for next year. And then as we get into the first part of the year, it becomes very busy because we'll put our schedule together for the coming season. And then we'll start getting meetings with the staff, start working on individual activities with the staff. see what we can do. The object is to do what we do well, to continue doing that, and where we're coming up a little bit short, to try to fix those areas. And the best way to do that is communicate with the staff and get their inputs and just look at different ways to make it go better. And we've got a number of issues that we need to look at. But you're right, it's a 12-month out of the year effort. There isn't a lot of downtime in the winter. In the wintertime, we'll spend time in the garage doing maintenance on all of our golf carts, working on all the trucks, the tractors and things like that, doing maintenance and repair and getting them ready for next year. So that's kind of the way that we approach it. We frequently for our big races, we will bring in thousands of people. We will bring in many, many visitors in cars and motorhomes, and it definitely benefits the economy in the local area. And Bloomington Speedway has a reputation that when there's a traveling series in the area that's coming to Bloomington, the fans will follow, and it's very positive for the local community. The Bob Kinzer Memorial honors Bob, who was started the Kinzer family in racing back in the late 50s and early 60s. And once he got started racing some stock cars at Bloomington Speedway and a couple of the other local tracks, cousins and brothers started racing with him. Carl Kinzer is a good example, a very famous and well-known car owner and mechanic and innovator. His sons, Steve and Randy Kinzer, started racing, and Steve became the king of the outlaws over a 40-year career. Bob was always the patriarch, and Bob raced up into his 60s. He was still racing here in the mid-90s at 60 years of age, and unfortunately he passed away about a year ago this time. Well, it would have been in November. Well, there's been quite a few racing greats that have done that. If you go back into the if you want to go back into the 30s, 40s, and 50s, guys like Jimmy Wilburn, Deb Snyder, some of the really top drivers of those days, Bill Cummings, raced here at Bloomington Speedway at that time. Joey Ray became famous. He was another one that competed here. And then more recently, when USAC started running the area, all of USAC's top runners have raced here at one time or another. They've come up through the ranks, but really who's become more well-known was Jeff Gordon. Started racing when he was 15 years old. His family had moved from California, and he was racing at Bloomington and a couple of the other local tracks, and that's where he was noticed, and opportunities grew for him to move up into stock car racing. At the same time, drivers like Tony Stewart, when he raced USAC and won the Triple Crown, he raced at Bloomington several times every year because this is a regular USAC stop. There's been quite a few others that have moved up. Casey Kane is another one that raced here quite a bit. Most recently, Brian Clausen. He started out as a teenager racing a sprint car here at the track, and he moved up into USAC and raced the Indy 500. There have been quite a few that really competed here, and a lot of it was under the USAC banner when they had big races here.
Good
good, are you?
Oh yeah, tonight's gonna be a good one. Yeah, we'll be good here. Grandpa's got the hot setup for tonight.
Yeah?
I don't know about that.
Anything you'd like to talk about?
No. I'm too much on the camera.
I don't know. Go ask him if he's feeling all right. Yeah. No, I didn't stay out too late last night.
I can flip you over if you want. Yeah, I can flip you over. Flip over. You alright though? Alright.
It's because of this. It's dead. Because this is the most important part of it. The halo. Once it if it even bent less than this, it's dead. New chassis. Huh? Another chassis to the graveyard. But at least he's safe. Yeah.
Well, I see Carson. Whatever you do, don't scrape in that mud off, because you never scrape in that.
Oh, I don't let dirty helmets in my van. Go see that? Yeah. That thing's stripped out.
Hey, Carson? Yeah. I want to shake your hand. I love you. I watch you every day. Number one fan, buddy. We're up there. Number one. I don't know. You're a good driver.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, I'm glad you're all right. You will, man. Like you're coming up. Like you don't understand. Like you're like good. You're like good. I've watched you come from the back up to the front. This is so cool. I know. Nice to meet you, buddy. We'll be up here tomorrow night. All right.
Yeah, come on down after.
Oh man, we will. We'll talk. Yeah, hopefully. You're right there. Oh yeah, we love Carson.
He's a charger.
He's a charger. He's a hard charger. This guy, he will be one of the best. Yep. I see that. I see that in him. I do. I really do. Just Kyle Larson, you know. Kyle NASCAR now. Watch him, you know. I see that in this guy. I see that in this guy. This guy's got it. I do. He's got it. I'm serious. I really do. That's why we cheer them on. We won't have a horse car tomorrow. Awesome, Carson. Hey, it's so good to talk to you, man.
I appreciate it, guys. Hey, you better be wearing them tomorrow.
I will, bud. Hey, we'll be there. You'll see me.
Bud Light cures every flip. Well, we're going to get this car loaded up and all the tires and all the equipment. We're going to get a good night's sleep. We've got another car sitting up here. We're going to pull it down tomorrow. We'll probably go to Hopstock and work on it there. Yeah, at the track. Yeah, that car, it's ready to go. Just pull it down, put tires on, fuel in it, shocks on the back end of it, set the weight, away we go. Yeah. Just lucky it lasted till the last night before it had to come out. It is.
Baby, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. You can do that. I see you do it before. Let's go. Big cow coming.
You need a shirt. Get the shirt
Well, ran out of tear-offs lap 10, so basically what that means is I had nothing to tear off all the mud that was getting sprayed because I was running the top, so I had to scrape it, and I just was scraping, and it was fast though. I mean, I think it was up to 11th from 20th, and just got a little high, grabbed the cushion, and it shot me off the track. I guess I caught a little bit of air. I don't know. I had my eyes closed, but flipped pretty good, and it's pretty tore up back there. But we got another one up there, so we'll be fine. We'll drag the spare car out and go again tomorrow.
Welcome to Bob's Knob, located in Butler County, Kentucky, at Cedar Ridge Speedway. As you can tell, population 1, with the exception of my good friend doing the filming here tonight. Tonight, we have population 2. 3 counting him.
Oakley. I'm the engine builder for Josh Harris's 22 car. Yeah, we've had real good luck. 2 wins here in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully we're going to pull off another one tonight. Yeah, we're looking real good in the heat race. Josh pulled off the pole there, got in second for a while, but he was able to motor around and get a pretty good lead out there. Yeah, we had her on the dyno Thursday before this week. Make sure she's set up, ready to go, and we just put another carburetor on it here to knock a little power out of it for the feature. So we're excited to see what happens tonight. Josh starting on the pole, so hopefully we can keep her up there.
Signed and autographed by Kenny Wallace. 2 dirt games, autographed signed by Kenny Wallace. He'll give us $25.
breaker.
Where do you think you are right now?